You probably are ready for today, and you know that we are going to deal with what the body holds. Um, and today I just want you to be aware of the fact that we are going to really kind of look at what's going on within and on our bodies. The body hangs on to a lot of stuff. It hangs on to emotions, and it can feed the emotions that have started in the mind. And so today we're going to be looking at a way to just start to look at that. So it's nothing that we're trying to discover, although if you do discover something today, wonderful. What I would do with this is listen to how this all happens and try to do it along with me. Now, here is the scoop. The body scan is not done in a chair. The body scan is done lying down. And if you are a yoga person, you can get into the corpse pose, which is absolutely wonderful for this. For those of you who are not yoga people or understanding of this, lay flat on your back if you can. By the way, those of you who can't lay flat on your back, don't give up on me yet. I'm just telling people who can. Lay flat on your back, feet straight out ahead of you, and then just let your feet fall apart. And then let your arms be along your sides as much as possible. And sometimes it helps some people to put a little cushion underneath the small part of the back. Some of you may want a cushion, just a thin cushion behind your heads to raise your head just a little bit. I use the cushion behind my head when I do this. Now, some of us cannot lie flat on our backs, and I get that. I still want you as close to your backs as possible. If you have a recliner, this works. Just sit in your recliner, kind of have the same thing happening where try to keep your arms away from your side just a little bit. It doesn't need to be out, straight out like that, but just out a little bit. Hands usually end up palms up. So, get into recliner. A lawn chair that leans back will work beautifully if that works for you. Otherwise, I call them a granny chair. Granny chair is kind of like it's a type of rocker, but then it also has this rocker in front of you too. It's not the best, but it works. Mainly what I'm saying is get into as close of a lying position as is comfortable to you. You don't want to be uncomfortable with this at all. You will find sensations in your body that aren't even really sensations of emotions at all. But that's what you're looking for. And now we are going to be, and I'm going to be reading through a book on this. This is a mindfulness book. I'm not going to read it word for word because I think that'd be a copyright infringement. I just want to read through it, and I'm not going to follow it exactly, but I will give you the path to follow. And so use this while lying down, and at some point get away from this entirely. But for now, you're going to have to listen. So, lie down, get your body situated, you're set. Now just kind of follow the instructions as best you can. Just follow your breath for a few breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out, concentrate on each breath. What's unique about each breath that you take? What does that in-breath feel like? What does that out-breath, the exhale, feel like? Now, notice how your head is starting to feel. Notice the top of your scalp. Notice your forehead. Breathe into this whole area. Now, pay attention to your eyes, your nose. Let your eyes fall back. Relax the corners of your eyes next to your nose. Let your ears fall back to the pillow that is underneath you, the floor or the cushion. Let the corners of your mouth fall back. And the cheekbone flesh, let it just relax. Breathe into your whole head area. Make space in your throat to breathe, but let your throat also relax. The outside of your throat can just relax, and breathe into that to make sure that the breath has the ability to flow back and forth easily. Breathe into the shoulders. Relax them as you breathe. Sometimes it's good to put a spotlight on the spot we're looking at. Try to notice any sensations as we go through the body. Are the shoulders tight? Move down into the upper part of your back. Any tensions between the shoulder blades or on the shoulder blades, breathe into that area. The chest area, does it feel tight? Does it feel like there's a weight? Breathe. Go to the small part of your back. There may be stresses here that if you don't lie on your back often, you might feel some tension there. That's okay. If you are in pain, mindfully move the back just a little bit. Don't let it stress out. You can move if you have to. Just do it in a mindful sort of way that you know you are going to move on purpose. But you also might want to breathe into your abdomen. So pay attention to your abdomen now as it lifts during each inhale. Spine on each exhale. Breathe into your whole body. Are there any sensations there? Anything that feels like, oh, that's a tension spot? Maybe now you've discovered Your eyes are concentrating. Your forehead is furrowed. It's thinking about your body so much. Relax the whole head and face, neck, throat, shoulders, and the rest of your body. Now look at your left arm, the top part of your left arm. The elbow. The forearm. The wrist. The hand and the fingers. Breathe into this. Notice any sensations, any tensions, especially the forearm and the wrist area. Tension can reside there quite often. Do the same thing now with your right arm. I'll give you a little bit of space here, of time to do that on your own. Breathe into the pelvis region, the sit bones. Relax as much as possible. And just like your arms, go down your left leg. Notice any tension. Breathe into the top part, the knee. I will let you do that all on your own. When you have finished your left leg, do the same thing with your right leg. When you're done, check your whole body over again. Hold your whole body and see if there are tension spots, sensations happening. When you're done, just breathe. Follow your breath. Okay, at this point, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Open your eyes. By the way, I never did tell you to close your eyes probably. everything is too automatic for me. Sometimes I forget some things, but now what I want you to do, if you are a journalist, not if you are a person who journals, now is a good time to think, write down what happened in your body today. Where did you find whatever you found in your body? Was there extreme tension in your little toenail? You know, you don't know, you probably didn't have any tension there. But what were the sensations that you felt? Then, write down, what is your mood today? Are you stressed out because of you had this party to get ready for and you're a little bit behind and you haven't even bought the treats yet for the party? And I really want to ask you now, why are you doing a party during COVID? But no, it's fine if you do that, especially if you're outside, and do take care of yourselves. But how are you feeling? That's what we want to do. And sooner or later, you're going to find some connections that every time I'm really fearful, this happens. Every time I'm really sad, this happens. Every time I'm anxious about something, this happens. The book that I told you about last night, I can't remember the exact title of it right now, but The Body Remembers Everything. It's kind of the basic title. The body does, and the body contributes to our emotions, whether we realize it or not. And many of us probably don't, because this is fairly new stuff. Fairly new, meaning about the last 30 years. But hey, that's pretty new. We in the west part of the world are finally starting to catch on that, what we do to people, what do we do to ourselves, matters. Big time. And so we have to control how we treat people, but we also have to watch ourselves. No matter if the world is ugly and messy or just perfect. Life is hard. Life is hard, and it's harder for some than others, but we all have our stresses. And if we watch our body, by the way, how did you discover your body? Is it like, wow, I forgot that I even have a body? That's not atypical. We don't pay attention to our bodies. Or if we do, we go, oh, I am just way too skinny. I used to be that way. Or I'm just way too fat. I'm way too short. My body has all sorts of problems. It's just terrible. And you can start to believe that after a while. I hope what happened today is you discovered the beauty of who you are. And you also realize there's potential for even more beauty. If you can just realize how this mind and the body sensations all work together. And how long will it take you to fully realize all of this stuff that's happening? You won't. But you get better at it all the time. Are we ever content? Fully? Probably not. But we can become better. Better and better and better. So work on this. Come back to this later today. Do it again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Maybe I'll just go through this one more time. And notice the direction I went. It wasn't the typical go from the feet to the head. It was from the head away from the head to the feet. There's a reason for that, and I may talk about that later. I might not. We'll see. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Godspeed to you. Bye-bye.